of Justin Fields' football career than the game he's playing this weekend. Remember, he's starting because Russell Wilson, who's supposed to be the starter, future Hall of Famer, many would suggest, is dealing with a calf injury. But after a 2-0 start, Justin Fields has the opportunity to go 3-0. Keep in mind, this is a mind-blowing statistic. Every time head coach of the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, has started 2-0, his team has made the playoffs. If you start 3-0, there's a 73% chance you make the playoffs. With that being said, Shady, is Sunday the most important game of Justin Fields' career?
Absolutely. Not. Don't do that. My thing is, like, what are we really talking about here? If they go out there and they're 3-0, right, and I think it's hard to bench a player if they're 3-0, but then I start thinking about it. When you really watch the games, right, if you don't watch the games, you won't understand, but if you really watch these games, the dude's average like 150 yards passing. That ain't even much. Last game, he had 117 yards passing. They had 18 points, dog, all field goals. In the last 2 games, they only had 1 touchdown. So it's like, why am I benching Russ? First of all, Russ is not healthy, so let's put him to the side. But to say that it's the most important game for him, for what? If they go out there and they win this game, they're 3-0, and he has 130 yards like he's been doing, no touchdowns, a lot of field goals, defense has some turnovers, they win the game. Are we saying that was the most important game of his life? How? If then they go to 4-0, like, I'm just thinking, why would we make such a big deal of him being a quarterback when the defense is winning these games? Because Russ could do the same thing and probably more. You get what I'm saying? And the only reason why it's even a competition is because Russ got hurt. So I can't sit here and say it's the most important game of his life.
I think Sunday is the first time Justin Fields can win a starting job. Remember his rookie year, he didn't win the starting job. Andy Dalton started the course of the season. The next 2 years, he didn't win the starting job. He was given the starting job. He was a first-round pick to a Chicago Bears franchise. I mean, the backup quarterbacks were not first-round picks for sure. This game is the first time, in my mind, in Justin Fields' career, he can win the starting job, not just based upon play, but more importantly, to Shady's point, based upon the team's success. If Justin Fields starts 3-0, and you can all but assure the Steelers will make the playoffs in the toughest division in football, how then can you bench him? I don't believe that you can. You especially cannot bench him after 1 week of bad play because he's given you 3 weeks of winning play. So this, to me, is the first time in Justin Fields' career he can go out there and based upon merit, not collegiate merit, but based upon NFL merit, what he's done in the National Football League over the course of 3 games, which is helping his team win a starting job. Most important game.
When I saw this question on the rundown last night, I immediately texted my producer, Colin. I said, no, it's not the most important game. And then as I was driving in this morning from San Diego, I kept thinking about it. And it was the only thing on the entire rundown that I kept thinking about because I'm a big Justin Fields fan. We all know that. And I said, yeah, it actually is the most important game of his career to date. Now, let me take you back to 2021 when he was drafted, right? He really was given the starting job. I like that. I would agree with that. Okay, things didn't work out in Chicago. They said, hey, get out of town. We're shipping you off for a 5th, 6th round pick. Caleb Williams, you're coming in. Hadn't got much better for Caleb Williams, just saying, for the Chicago people out there. And then you get in Pittsburgh, and then you're in a true competition. At least we think it's a true competition. I don't know about that. And then Russell Wilson wins. But then he gets hurt. So, Justin, you're starting. You're 2-0. If you go 3-0, if on Sunday you go 3-0, this is without a doubt the most important game in your career for your career. And that means you can win the starting job by this. You can make a name for yourself. You can have control of an elite franchise with a chance to win playoff games. I don't know if this opportunity ever comes around for Justin Fields. So in my mind, I'm thinking it absolutely is the game of his career, and it's the most important.
Most important game of his career.
Show me a more important one.
I'm going to say yes. And if this is on the rundown Monday, and we're talking about the next week's game, week 4, I'm going to say yes again. And then week 5, I'm going to say yes again. One thing we got to understand about Justin Fields, I think every single game Justin Fields takes the field this year is the most important game of his career. And the reason why I say that is, I think through all this Russ situation and quarterback competition, we forget that this is contract year. You are trying to show the Pittsburgh Steelers that, hey, man, y'all traded a 6th round pick for me. It happened like this. I wasn't supposed to be the starter. Now that I am, I can be the franchise dude. I'm not saying I'm about to make Jordan Love money, but you can give me some money and I can win you games the way I'm playing football with a good defense. So every week is an audition for him. Every week is the most important game of his career to show the Pittsburgh Steelers, you ain't got to go draft one. I'm right here. I can play at a high level and get us to the playoffs, and we can compete. So if you ask me about this game, yes. Next week's game, yes, because every game out that he puts a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform on is the most important game because he is fighting for that contract to still be a franchise quarterback.
I just want to ask y'all one question, all right? If I don't want to hear about no team or no name. If I told you that this team has, in 2 weeks, they have 31 points, right? And my quarterback only has 7 points, and he has 21 drives. You telling me that's the most important? How?
Well, you always tell me the most important thing in the court is the W.
I'm saying, but like, yo, we're gonna start playing some really good teams now, right? And I think even though the Ravens not winning and all that, they're a really good team. You got the Bengals, you got these other teams, you got the Chiefs, the Bills. We got these teams you're gonna start playing eventually. And what I'm saying is, out of 21 drives, yo, you got one touchdown, though.
Shady, can you?
Hold on. I was trying to hear what I'm saying, though. I don't even hear what I'm saying. Out of 21 drives, you got one touchdown, dog. 2 games, 31 points, 1 score. So, and y'all telling me that this dude should remain a starter no matter what happens? It sounds crazy.
I didn't say remain a starter
crazy,
no matter
man.
what. I continue to keep saying he got to
Hey, Russ, keep praying, dog. Sierra, support your man, support your husband, because I see what's going on here.
Shady, but can you point to a game, because I thought the question was enlightening. It's Sunday, the most important game of Justin Fields' career. Can you point to a more important game for this young buck before now? Because he got traded, he got ran out of town in Chicago. Like, this game, in my opinion,
but when you say... You're saying it's important because they got to win to keep it going and all that, right?
No, yeah, but just for him personally.
But I'm saying, but it can't be that.
Forget about the stats.
No. You love stats, don't you?
No.
You show stats every day. Yes, you do. So let's talk about this for a second. If you getting 117 yards, though, dog, right, and you got to be super safe, super conservative, it ain't that important, though. It's not like you got to go out there and get some real pressure. Like, go out here and put 200 yards up and score 2 touchdowns. Yeah. That's pressure. But you say, yo, Justin, the defense is lights out. All you got to do is go out there and throw for 117 yards, and you're safe. But that can't be the most important game.
My question, though, is look, throw the schedule back up there.
Hold up there.
Based upon how the Steelers are playing,
okay,
Shady, as you look at their next 6-7 games, surely as I look at it through their bye week, the Steelers' style of play can win every single game, at least up until the bye week.
Cowboys.
Why? The style of play because the Chargers aren't explosive.
They might be without Justin
explosive.
Herbert.
The Cowboys, sure, but again, the Cowboys, you saw what happened to the Saints. They don't scare me offensively. The Raiders, they don't scare me offensively. Daniel Jones doesn't scare me offensively.
They could be 6-2.
And the Jets don't, scare you in totality. Like, the Steelers' style of play with Justin Fields, what game do you believe that, they need Russell Wilson or this supposed greater Russell Wilson?
Do you listen how you talking, though? We having a conversation about a quarterback, and everything you keep talking about is the other team's offense. You should so it's like basically, we can just take him out the loop, put him over here, because everything we talking about is how good the defense is for the Steelers. Oh man, the Cowboys not looking explosive on offense; they should win this game. Oh man, but we having a quarterback conversation. And we not talking about him playing quarterback. We talk about the defense. So why the hell is the starting quarterback that's more proven, right, and more productive because he's got hurt by injury? Why are we not talking about him starting? You get what I'm trying to...
1,000%.
But you would say if he doesn't play well this game, he throws 2 or 3 interceptions, he's getting benched, right? If Russell Wilson's healthy, would you say that?
I mean, that's more like playing bad.
Yeah, but if he plays bad.
Not playing well. Not playing well, it's like, yo, throw for 100 yards, no touchdowns, all field goals.
But if he plays like that, 2 interceptions, he's getting benched the next week if Russell Wilson's healthy, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the most important game of his career. If he plays bad, he's getting benched. Oh. And he might not have another chance.
What if he's played the bare minimum, though? If I just play the bare minimum, any other quarterback in the country can't do this. If I play the bare minimum, I'm always going to have a chance to start. That don't ring a bell to y'all? That don't sound like kind of wild? We're in the NFL, the elite of the elites, and I'm telling you, dog.
The bar is low.
All you got to do is go out there and just don't mess up. Don't do nothing special. Don't do nothing good. Just... You get what I'm saying?
See, how fair is that, though? I don't necessarily agree with that, though, watching Justin Fields play in these games, man. Because it's been a lot of special stuff that he's doing on tape, right?
Yeah.
And I know we don't go with the what-ifs, with the penalties and all that, but them numbers and them stats and all that look a whole lot different if that stuff don't happen. And they see that on film. Yes, Shady. It's been some go balls and some big chunk plays that he has threw in a couple games to my man, George Pickens, that have been called back. You know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of good stuff that he's doing on tape. And I don't know if you in the building watching the tape with Coach Tomlin. But when they turn the tape on, he's doing some really good stuff, man.
Well, when y'all keep the facility on, we do have Josh Allen later in the show. Just a heads up.
A real quarterback? Okay, bring him on.
Franchise. But first, we got to talk about another legend in the making, Lamar Jackson. He's trying to avoid an 0-3 start. If you start 0-3, there's less than a 1% chance you make the playoffs, depending on the data that you submit to. Is Sunday already